Time for my topic. My topic comes from patreon.com/kindafunny. Ryan Bloodworth, which is an awesome and scary last name.
Yeah, Castlevania fucking
I was going to
guy.
say he lives in Bloodworth Castle and all this horrible stuff, right? Ryan Bloodworth went over there and supported us to get his topic read on the show, just like you can. What are you doing? Okay. No, I'm kidding. Moo-moo. Ryan Bloodworth says, here's some background if relevant. Why not? It's your topic, Ryan. You can do whatever you want. My girlfriend and I recently had a lively disagreement involving how we each wear our shoes specifically. Tennis shoes or sneakers. When I commented on what I considered to be her odd tendency to leave her shoes tied and simply slip them on and off. I asserted that this must be very abnormal, as my shoes, when tied, are far too tight for me to even imagine achieving that feat. Pardon the pun. A cursory Google search suggested, however, that her behavior is perhaps more common than the diligent tying and untying and every wearing that I was taught as a child. I don't exaggerate in saying that this revelation left me utterly flabbergasted.
Damn, son.
Thus, my topic. About what were you most surprised to learn you were wrong? I can't thank you guys enough for the countless hours of entertainment and even comfort your works have provided me.
I got you on this. Because this just happened. A revelatory moment just happened to me in September when I was at Mike Pope's wedding. Mm-hmm. And so we were in, as we've explained, I was in northwestern Connecticut, no service, no internet, nothing for days. And it was awesome. And we would get fucking trashed, and like we were all renting this house. Or actually, we weren't renting. We were staying at my friend's house that was built in like 1750 in real America. And we were in the middle of the woods, and we would just go into the back around a fire and like talk about whatever. And the stars were out, and we would just be trashed basically. And I got into this argument with this guy about longitude and latitude, and I was like, we were talking about something about longitude and latitude, obviously maps, or whatever. And I got into this huge argument with him. I'm like, you're fucking wrong. I'm like, longitude is the equator, and latitude is like the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer, or whatever, right?
So north-south versus east-west.
Right. And I was fucking positive. I'm like, dude, I fucking studied history. I studied maps. Like, I know this shit. You're arguing with the wrong fucking person. Like, I went off the fucking deep end. I was like, you're wrong. You're fucking wrong. Longitude is around like long because the Earth bloated. And latitude is, this way. And I was dead fucking wrong. Just dead wrong.
How did you?
And I went through my entire I went through all of history. Like cartography, all this shit, fucking totally wrong about longitude and latitude for years.
Really?
Probably wrote about it. No one noticed.
It's because no one knows.
Certainly talked about it. And it was my buddy Mike, not Mike Pope, but another one of our Mikes that we grew up with. And I remember just talking to him. I'm like, we were on the way. We drove back and we got like towards New York City, so we started getting like service again. I'm like, I'm looking this up, and I looked it up. I'm like, I'm fucking dead fucking wrong. Just absolutely dead wrong.
Did you call the guy and apologize?
We were in the car together.
Okay.
And he was just laughing. I'm like,
your world was shattered.
It was one of those things where I was like, I am wrong about something I was positive about.
Yeah.
Positive longitude was east-west. Positive latitude was north-south.
That is the most Colin Moriarty thing you could possibly be wrong about as well.
Dead wrong.
No one ever had an argument about longitude and latitude until that moment.
So that's what came to mind for that, because that just happened to me in September, and I was like totally aghast that I'd gone through, that I had actually had a history degree and like took classes and like looked at maps and poured over this shit, and like just that was the one component of that I was like totally just wrong about. And so yeah, that's my situation.
That's a hard one to swallow when you're like, especially the harder you argue, the harder it is to actually go back and like have to apologize and swallow your pride for that.
Yeah, because my buddy that I was arguing with he's a like a computer science professor or something like that.
He's I'm GPS tracking.
And I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you about all this shit. Like, don't argue with me about.
That's amazing. I want to give a quick shout out to his girlfriend, because I leave my shoes tied.
How do you do it? I can't imagine. I mean, I wear Converse, so it's like I'm lacing up wrestling boots every day.
Well, Converse are different because they're so fucking long. You actually there's no structure to them, so you have to actually like wench them to
strap yourself in
foot. But I don't like my shoes super tight. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the poor blood flow, or maybe it's too much caffeine in my system at all times. But if my shoes are too tight, my feet will start to hurt.
Yeah.
It's something I noticed when I was playing AYSO soccer back in the day. I used to run. I was like, I can't run. My feet hurt. And they're like, all the coaches would convene and they were like, well, I don't know, maybe he's got a problem. Maybe he's got some foot injury or whatever. And then finally one of the coaches like watched me lace my shoes up and he's like, are you cutting the circulation off to your feet? And I'm like, I don't know. Like fucking like roping my feet in like they're not going anywhere. And he's like, why don't you just try loosening them up? Fine from that point on. From that point on, I'm like, I guess I just can't wear my shoes that tightly.
He solved the problem for you.
So yeah, but I wear Vans. And so I tie them and they start tight, but then eventually the laces actually like loosen up because I guess they stretch a little bit.
Sure.
And then you can just grab the tongue and slide your foot in and go, which is nice.
Vans are made for that shit.
Yeah.
For me, it depends on the shoe. Once I switched over to like boots, you can't do that with them because it has the same shit as Converse where it's all fucking like loosey goosey and shit. Depending on the Nike though, if it's a pair of Dunks, I'm sliding into them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But if they're nicer like Jordans, I'm like, well, I don't want to like, because then sometimes you have to do that thing where you like,
and you
don't want to fuck up the back.
Yeah. No, you can't do that.
No one got time for that.
Yeah, I do slide my signature shoe, the shell toe.
Mm-hmm.
The Adidas shell toe.
Which my wife loves that you wear, by the way.
Yeah.
Every time she sees you wearing those, she's like, fuck, I gotta get a pair of those again. I love those.
Yeah, I love shell toes. Different than the Samba, of course. I mean, I used to wear those when I was younger.
Totally different.
But I love Adidas shell toes. Like I bought, like similar to Greg probably, he's probably bought more of his Converse than mine, but I probably had like 15 pairs of these things over the years. And I could slide into those. But otherwise, tying is a very laborious kind of thing.
Yeah, this is an argument that shouldn't even be had anymore because they fucking nailed it in the 80s. Okay, they came up with the technology in the 80s that hit the mass market, that made laces completely obsolete.
The Velcro.
The Velcro.
Oh my
and for
God.
some fucking dumb reason, we decided to just totally throw that out the window and go back to laces.
No, see, the thing is, like, there's certain pairs of Jordans that, like, the 8s are ridiculous, where it's, you have to tie them, and then there's these things that go over, and then there's Velcro. And, like, that's what, you can't slip into them.
That's
They're
too much
like
shit.
fucking fortresses. Yeah, but they're pretty when you're at it all.
Sure.
The presentation value's high.
I understand.
But, yeah, no, the Velcro is it's a key thing, but I don't like it when it's in addition to the laces.
No, when I was a kid, I distinctly remember having tennis shoes that only Velcroed.
Yeah,
I'm
me
talking
too.
young kid.
Yeah.
Where it was just
Yeah,
like,
you were 15.
I remember the 2-prong that was connected here, so you could just rip both of them off, and then you kind of, that was it.
Little
I was
Ninja
like-
Turtle picture on the side.
Oh, whatever, I don't know.
the puffy.
Yeah.
Ninja
Oh
Turtle.
yeah,
I loved that shit.
You press it.
Do you remember, just as an aside, I remember how much of a revelation it was when I learned how to tie my shoes.
Got a loop-de-loop and pull.
Like,
now your shoes are looking cool.
I remember just being so daunted. And like, I'm never going to be able to learn how to do this.
I remember I was
And
gonna
then I
wear
did.
Velcro shoes forever. I was gonna wear Velcro. Why would I ever do it? And then your parents see through it and they're like, you're just afraid to tie the shoes. You gotta learn to tie your shoes. Blah blah. I bought my first pair of red Converse and sat there and tried to tie them. And you're all
15
mad.
years old.
And it's so funny when you
15
think about
years
it now, it is muscle memory, but it's so funny. Think about tying. Like, if I sat there and thought about how I tie a shoe, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Oh no.
Like, I just have to not think about it and just tie
Clear
it.
it. Clear the mechanism.
Yeah, it was hard for me. I was one of them dumb kids. Real dumb kids.
I'm sorry.
I was like holding on to them Velcros as long as possible because I'd always mess it up. And it's just like, great. And then the worst thing is you mess it up. You get it when you're going to school and you're like, all right, I got it. I'm good. Then it unties randomly. And you're like, I'm completely and utterly fucked.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone's going to make fun of me. Yeah,
tuck it
the
into
old
the side.
tuck.
Yeah.
Trying to get it done as fast as possible so no one notices.
Yeah.
But then you start thinking about it so you can't get it done.
Yep.
So then people start to notice how long it's
And
taking
then
you to tie your
everyone, why is
shoes.
it taking him so long to tie his shoes?
And
you
you're
just
just
start
one of them
hearing
dumb kids.
so many voices.
Hold them
oh,
back
man, it's
a
one of them
year.
dumb kids.
People start doubting themselves. Like, maybe I can help. Wait, do I know how to tie shoes? That's actually one of those things that maybe about 6 years ago when I started wearing boots or like nicer shoes that had laces, my wife looked down at me. Then my girlfriend at the time looked down at me and was like, "How are you tying your shoes?" Because what I noticed was when I would tie my shoe, the two loops would be north south instead of east west. And she's like, you're tying them wrong. And I'm like, there's only one way to fucking tie shoes. Turns out, if you go under, you get north south.
Oh, what the hell?
If you go over,
Guess that
it'll
makes
actually
sense.
come and tie like a bow. And it'll actually be east west. And I was like, holy shit. I just relearned how to tie my shoes at the age of 26 years old.
Damn, that's crazy.
And it works. And so now I have to like kind of force myself to do that. But it is a fight against that muscle memory that I've been, 25 years of muscle
I
memory.
tuck the little bows
You
in the
tuck 'em?
shoe. Yeah, I don't like seeing them.
I like to make a perfect. And
They're never perfect. That's why I
I
tuck.
can't fucking stand when the shoelace has got to the point where when you tie it, one's really long,
Oh,
the excess,
that's
and one's
I
super
fucking hate
short,
that
and you're
shit.
just trying to like
Yeah.
fight that game between, and then it pops out. And you're like, son of a bitch, I gotta start all over. This is not what I wanted to do today.
Your whole
Fuck
day's
it, I'm
gone.
going back to bed.
Fuck it.
It's-
Velcro.
The tying, it brings me back to also hockey players out there can understand this when you're really young. Your parents like would come into the locker room to tie your skates when you were like 6 or 7 sometimes. A lot of times because like you want your skates as tight as humanly possible.
Yeah.
Like they make things that like claw things that you like pull to like make you wear your skates too small and then you like tie them as tight as possible. My skates are like a size and a half too small for me. And like how big of a thing it was when like you were 8 and then like you were tying your own skates and your skates, you know, because you want your skates like that, like you don't want them, you know, so like the blades flat on the ice, and how much of a big kid you felt like when you were like a big, you know, like a man when you're like, I don't need my mom to come in and tie my.
And you're walking around with your skates all fucking diagonal and shit. Like I'm a fucking man.
That was so. I remember that
Snap it.
because I do remember like when I was in squirts maybe. So like the hockey's like mites, squirts, peewees, bantams, and then you play in high school and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was on squirt A, I think, which is like the highest of the squirt teams or whatever. And I think that was the coach where he was like, no parents ever in the locker room. You wear shirts and ties to games. You come and dress yourself completely. You don't like go out of the locker room. You don't like parents aren't allowed in here. Like kind of shit. And that's when
This is the fucking squirt zone.
Yeah,
No parents allowed.
Squirt zone.
That is going on the animated show list.
and that's when you like were like, all right, I gotta figure this out myself. Especially, you know, being a goalie is very complicated. Getting all your shit on. But then you learn how to do it. And then you get older and you become a really jaded hockey player.
Just
like
putting
me.
squirts.
Episode where Colin gets the squirts. That's the one.
Dude, when I made squirt A's, I was like so fucking proud of myself. Because it was A, B, and C. Like the C team was like kind of the shitty team, and then the B team was like the good team, and the A team was like the best players of that age group. And I played squirt. I was on squirt B and then
Stop
squirt
saying
A.
it, Colin.
No, keep saying it.
And then I was on Pee Wee B, and then I think Pee Wee A.
Was there any
And then I
league
played in high school.
entitled Moist? Was there a Moist
No,
level?
there wasn't a moist
Okay.
level though.
I'd like to be Moist level 3.
Moist 3.
Moist 3,
Yeah.
moist level 3.
Moist in the squirts.
Holy shit.
Tim,
Yes.
have you ever been wrong about anything? Have you ever been surprised about being
so
wrong about anything?
I've been wrong about so many things.
But, like, where
in
you were
my life.
confident that
Oh
you
yeah,
weren't?
yeah. So many
Yeah?
times. I wish that I could remember all of them.
Mine are
Those
all-
are the things that go away. The one thing, and this is such a cop-out answer, but this is probably the truest answer to this question ever, is I'm never going to be over this girl. This girl is my life,
yeah.
and I whatever's happening, whatever wrong she just did to me, I'm never going to like get over. You get over it.
Sure.
I was so wrong. Cannot believe how wrong I was about feelings that I had, feelings that this guy had.
Whoa.
You know, just wrong.
For those of you listening at home, Tim just patted and then continued to rub his crotch.
Yes.
Central.
Yeah. Splash.
sensual.
What was it? Squirt? Squirt zone.
Squirt zone.
I made squirt 1.
No parents allowed in Tim's
No,
squirt
no
zone.
parents allowed unless you're hot.
Squirt, I was glad I made squirt A because squirt C, those were the rejects. Squirt A.
Those them dumb kids that couldn't tie the
yeah.
shoes.
Your life is so different than mine. Your upbringing was so different than mine. Yet we have a lot of crossover. We really do. But in band, I never had. I mean, I did have some moments where my patent leather shoes would come untied. You'd have to get down there because you only had like a little bit of lace to wince that thing in with. But that was it. That's as far as the parallel goes between you and I. Just want you to know that.
Okay.
There's a ton of these things though, and like I really do wish that I could just bring them to memory because
Sure.
some of them are dumb. There's some things that I'm like, it's like the longitude latitude. Who the fuck cares? But you get so enamored that you're right, that you're fucking right, and that guy's fucking wrong, and then you find out you're wrong, and there's that moment that you go through if you're like, all right, do I just admit defeat, or do I just keep fucking bullshitting until like just because I'm angry at this point?
Sure.
And that's the Kevin Coelho special. But the thing, Kevin will admit defeat, but he will make sure that the person he's against will not admit defeat. This happened recently when we went down to LA with Sean Finnegan.
Oh, the moon.
When they fought about the moon. When Kevin was right. Kevin was
What was
right.
the
Kevin was
argument?
unequivocally wrong on that. We've proven that he's wrong.
If the moon disappeared,
Somehow, no, they can hear me, Greg.
sometimes they can't. So I was helping you out. Sorry, my bro.
No, suddenly, not gets blown up. Not like
Just
a
was
black-
gone one day.
Just was gone one day. The effects to the earth would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. I'm saying they will.
But so you're saying as of right now, because if the moon wasn't there, we would have never probably been here at all.
Right. I'm just saying if it just
He's saying right now.
So
the moon
right now,
disappears.
as it is, the moon disappeared. Yeah, it would have tidal problems and stuff like that.
No, they're minor. 30% of the tides is the sun. So we'd still have.
So
The discussion was that if it
This.
went away,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
within like a day, everything would go to utter hell.
Yeah.
Like we would just be destroyed.
There's got to be probably some unintended consequences.
And so we were looking. No, there is.
there's going to be
but
cataclysmic
it's not going to be
consequences, but it's not.
immediately cataclysmic. Was what Sean was arguing, and then
Sure.
that's when the backtracking started. Of just like then it turned into a broader argument of would it have any effect, and then they weren't even arguing the same thing at that point. Then it just turned to hell. But that was one of those things where Kevin just was like,
Headline.
That was one of those. No, that was one of those instances where like both everyone in the car just wanted to win the argument and had zero interest in actually finding out the truth about the subject. Just zero.
Well,
couldn't have
except
fucking
for
mattered
you.
less.
Well,
Well, I mean,
you wanted to find out, dude. So you went to what was it? ScienceNews.com.
science. I think it's sciencefacts.com.
Space Facts.
Space Facts, that's what it was.
SpaceFacts.com.
No, the idea was the fact of the matter was we were both wrong. There would be big consequences to the Earth, but it would have to be over a long period.
That's
of
what
time.
he was saying.
That's what I was saying.
No, you said nothing would happen.
No, I said it would take hundreds of thousands of years for the rotation shift. And if it
That's
takes
not what
that
you
long-
said. That is not what
That
you
is
said.
exactly what he
You
said.
literally started the argument off with nothing would happen.
No,
Nothing would happen.
That's not.
Sean, you're
that is
crazy.
not. And
Nothing
see,
would happen.
this is a perfect example of the problem.
I said we would be fine.
Yeah,
would be
that
fine.
was the argument.
You, me,
You,
everyone would be
and in that
fine.
regard, you were right. But there
That's
would be
what I
bad
said. That's the
consequences to
argument.
the Earth.
Said. That was my argument. You, me, him, we'd live the rest of our lives and be like, man, I really miss the moon.
I would miss the moon. I think.
I
Yeah,
miss
fuck the
shit out
moon.
of
There's a great Field Mice song called "Missing the Moon" that everyone should listen to. It's a good new wave song. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, there would be rotational problems, I guess.
It would
Right.
take really long to start.
Well, it's because
happening
the moon keeps the Earth from wobbling,
Right.
and that wobble eventually would go and it would throw a lot of shit off. But it would take thousands of years.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people said.
They're tidally locked,
in that
but,
regard, Captain
but
was
the barocenter's in the Earth, so there's not that problem.
I mean, the marine life would probably be severely disrupted, but
Yeah,
I
there's
guess we
there's
don't
got to
eat-
be
we don't
there's
really
got to
eat
be
fish, so-
there has to be subtle evolutionary things with the light from the moon.
But it all would be subtle. Like, I don't think that
It wouldn't be the Earth cracking and we'd all
It would
die
be like
suddenly.
suddenly all the fish are dead.
That would be pretty interesting, though,
It
wouldn't
would be interesting. This is another subject for another day. We're going to get way too far down the rabbit hole on this. Because I guarantee right now all the comments on this section are going to be about that because they were the first time we brought this up. And it's a bunch of people just yelling
And
at
it's
each
gonna be a
other
bunch
as
of
to
people
why.
thinking they're right about stuff that they don't know because no one fucking knows because the moon is here.
Yeah.
So let's just deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm happy it's
The
here.
only person that would know for sure is like a professor or someone that works at fucking NASA, like an astrophysicist. I would love to have someone on here to keep that. But then even then,
Dude, I would love to do that and just talk to them for 2 hours, just ask
Yeah.
them questions.
Right, but as long as that's
Just
one
be
of the
like,
questions.
so what about this? Tell me about that.
So Dyson.
I think his first question would be, "Where did the moon go?"
Yeah,
It
see,
didn't get destroyed. It just disappeared. No one's. We're worried about the fish. We're not worried about the fucking planet eater out there, the moon eater out there
man.
doing all this different stuff. Just fucking.
No one's concerned that the moon has its own propulsion system. We just left it in peace.
We never did talk about Planet X either on the show, did we? We talked about it on Colin and Greg Live.
What the
Yeah.
What
That they found like they
10th
think there's like an
planet.
ice giant out there in the Oort cloud.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. We're never gonna be able to see it
Why not?
because
it's in the
because
Oort
it's
Too
too
far?
it's too far and it's too dark. Like they were saying that, like we see Pluto and Charon in a certain way, and like this would be like 10 times dimmer than that or something like that, or I don't know. But they're saying that there's like a 95% chance that it's there.
The Oort cloud is like at the far end of the solar system, right?
Yeah, the
That's
Oort
not the
cloud
one.
is
Isn't there a ring in the middle?
Well, there's an asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter, and then the
Right.
Kuiper belt.
And the Oort cloud's like really far away.
And the Oort cloud is
that's
like
like
really
the
far away.
that's like yeah.
The Kuiper belt's like where like Pluto is and like a lot of like debris, and then the Oort cloud is like a circular or spherical kind of like debris field around like the very edge of the solar system that's like barely being held by the sun's gravity, and that's like the edge of the system.
That's cool.
So out there somewhere is apparently an ejected ice planet.
Where's Pluto lie still? Still not a planet? Just a moon?
No, it's not a
Pluto
planet.
just gets shat on, man.
Dwarf planet.
Just like
It doesn't clear.
Back in my day,
Disney.
we showed planets respect.
It's messed up.
It doesn't clear its own
And then they're like, oh, you're not a planet.
It's on orbit.
Planet racism. I ain't down with that shit.
Gotcha.
Because it's orbiting around Sharon, right? Is that what?
Well,
it is?
no. Well, they are. The barycenter of Charon and Pluto is in the middle of them. But no, it's like it crosses Neptune's orbit and stuff like that. Sometimes it's closer to the sun than Neptune, so that doesn't make any sense for it to be a planet in that respect.
It's fucked up. They should just give it honorary planetary status
I agree.
for the 80s.
Fuck it, who cares?
Recently, I was wrong on this show when we were talking about something, and I don't know, one of the fucking shows we do, where we mentioned Michael Rooker. And I was talking about how Michael Rooker's having a hell of a career right now or whatever, and how I knew him from Mallrats, and I said Shocker. And you remember that Shocker movie? The guy gets electrocuted, and then he goes he goes through the TV and everything. And like somebody tweeted me eventually, one of our fans, and was just like, "Hey, Michael Rooker's not in that movie. Like you're thinking of Skinner from X-Files. He's the bad guy in that, not Michael Rooker." And I was like, and I looked it up, and he was right. And I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like, because it was one of those things that at some point in the Mallrats commentary that Kevin Smith and all the guys are talking, and I need to go back and watch this now because I could have sworn they said Michael Rooker from the Shocker and something else, or Michael Rooker when they were doing that voice. And so that got implanted in my head and overwrote Skinner and Shocker, a movie I hadn't seen in decades.
That's a different thing, though. That's just your memory filling you a little bit there, and
It's a different thing of what?
well, then you weren't like dying on that fucking hill, being like,
But
no,
I don't.
Michael Rooker was in this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then my example's worthless to the conversation, Nick. You want to talk more about Pluto and ice giants?
If you want to talk more about that. No, what I'm saying is that's a normal mistake, right?
But
Of
well,
like-
that's my. I can't think of a time where I was like, "This is how it is." You're fucking wrong.
That
And then-
reminds me, I thought that Jamie Kennedy was in
Mom?
Not Your Mom,
Okay.
the comedian.
Yeah.
That he was in Fast and Furious.
Oh really? Oh, you
Yeah.
thought he was Jesse?
Yes.
Fuck,
I thought he
yeah.
was Jesse, and I swore to it. And like, I'm Mr. Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
So that's my mistake.
Well, I'm
That's
not
when it
Mr.
gets-
Shocker.
That's when it gets really embarrassing, when I'll swear to something that's in a movie, someone did a movie or something did that, and you're just dead wrong. And that happens to me all the time. The reason I can't think of an example is because I'm wrong on a daily basis about shit that I swear. I'm like, I swear to God, that's it. And it's one quick Google search away from just completely destroying
Well,
my
there was
credibility.
that, and then the ones I think of a lot, and like not think of, I guess, but like the ones that when I heard the question originally that sprung to mind were all dumb, nerdy grammar things, of like intents and purposes. And I remember when I thought it was intensive purpose. You know what I mean? I thought that forever. You know what I mean? Or like when the first time somebody tried to argue with me about chomping at the bit, and it's champing at the bit, and then it's like, well, colloquially it's used now as chomping because that makes sense. But it was just like, what the why would it ever be champing at the bit? What a stupid fucking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of grammar again. It's another one of those where like every day,
Sure.
I'm wrong about something. I'm like, fuck, that's what that was. Okay, great. But yeah,
But
that's
thank
the problem is nowadays, like everyone, you can be proven wrong like that.
Yeah, and I love it.
with your computer
Sorry.
in your
No,
pocket.
just the fact that anything we say right now, people are picking
Oh,
apart.
no, that happens every
and
time, all the time.
Dissecting, and you're going to
And
learn
that-
about it on
should
Twitter.
be. It should be done.
It's true.
We never claim to know what we're talking about. We just like to
Ever.
talk. Thank you, Ryan Bloodworth, for your support on patreon.com/kindafunny. And thank you, harrys.com, for your support of this topic. Guys, everybody knows good things come in sets of 3. What does that have to do with anything? Well, get this. March is the 3rd month of the year. It also happens to be our friends over at Harry's 3-year anniversary as a business. And if you're new to Harry's, I've got a special deal for you to try 3 of their expertly crafted 5-blade German razors, a handle, and shave cream for just $10. Harrys.com doesn't like to discount because their prices are already really low. But we've worked out a special deal with them. Harry's will give you $5 off your first order with the promo code KINDAFUNNY. And this is all in caps, so I feel like I should be reading it more intensely. I'm sorry.
Scream it.
Harry's will give you $5 off your first order with promo code KINDAFUNNY. That's one word. Stop overpaying for a great shave. Go to harrys.com right now. That's harrys.com. HARRYS.com. Enter the code KINDAFUNNY at checkout. Thank
I
you,
like
harrys.com. Hey, you know, we shake it up here. You know what I
It was
mean?
good. It was good.
If you give us an ad read and you put it in all caps, I'll fucking yell it.
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's who we should have on the show to prove whether or not Kevin's right.
I like that.
Greg, do the thing where you tell everyone to tweet at Neil deGrasse Tyson and ask him what would happen if the moon went away, and then come answer that question on
Everybody
our show.
tweet at Neil deGrasse Tyson and say, at Kinda Funny Kevin needs to be put in his place. Please come on, kindafunny.com.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
We'll get it. We'll
He
get
doesn't
it.
understand how the moon. He doesn't understand how the fucking moon.
We're not going to get him
works.
to begin with. We're not going to get him to begin with.
Cool guy.
He is a cool guy.
Get him.
When he came through once, I hit him up about coming on up at noon through his people, and they were like, no. I'm
He
like,
was
"All
in
right,
the
well."
hit movie Laser Team.
Yes, he
by
was.
Rooster Teeth.
Yes, he was.
the other.
That's a great point, actually. Now you're thinking smart, Kevin. Pen drop.
You got to pick it up now. That's a problem for you.